1965 to 1978, Project Serpo, Human Alien Exchange Program, Part 13. The following story is either the greatest kept secret of all time or a complete fraud. You decide. This episode is technical information on some of the IBAN's technology. This presentation is of the information posted on the website, serpo.org, from a retired senior government official. The website was intended to facilitate the gradual release of confidential documents pertaining to a top-secret exchange program of 12 U.S. military personnel to Serpo, a planet of Zeta Reticuli, between the years 1965 to 1978. 6.1. IBAN Energy Device. The IBAN Energy Device, VD, found at the crash site, had the dimensions of 9 inches by 11 inches by 1.5 inches, weight 26.7 ounces. The energy device is clear and made of something similar to hard plastic. On the bottom left, there is a small square metal plate, possibly a chip. It is one of the connector points. On the bottom right, there is another small square metal point, which is the second connector point. Viewed from an electron microscope, the ED contains small circular-shaped bubbles. Within these bubbles are extremely minute small particles. When a demand for electric power is applied to the ED, the particles always move clockwise at a great speed, not measurable. There is also some type of unidentified fluid located around the bubbles. When a demand is placed on the ED, this fluid turns from a clear color to a hazy pink color. The fluid becomes warm between 102 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. However, the little bubbles would not heat up, only the fluid. The bubbles maintained a constant temperature of 72 degrees Fahrenheit. The boundary of the ED contains small micron-sized wires. When a demand is placed on the ED, the wires expand in size. This expanding process depends on the amount of demand placed on the ED. We did extensive, exhaustive experimentation with the ED. We could power everything from a 0.5 watt bulb to an entire house. The ED automatically detects the required demand and then outputs that exact amount. It worked on everything electrical, except equipment that contained a magnetic field. Somehow, our magnetic fields interferes with the output demand of the ED. However, we have developed a shielding process to correct this. Interestingly, when our recovery team first found the ED, they thought it was a window because of its clear plastic-like qualities. EB1 had to show us how it worked. It still took us many years to fully understand the ED's operational qualities. I'm sure we fully understand everything about it today, but that isn't written in the final Serpo report. Classified national security document about Pentagon, crystal rectangle, in the Nevada test site. Legend. CR equals crystal rectangle, IBAN alien energy device. NES equals Nevada test site. 1 U.S. Secret production of Pentagon, hydrogen 5. Tritium is made by capturing neutrons in helium gas. To supply the neutrons, protons are energized in a linear accelerator and used to bombard a heavy metal target made of tungsten and lead, creating neutrons in a process known as spallation. The resulting neutrons are moderated slowed by collisions with lead and water, increasing the efficiency of their capture in helium gas flowing through the target to make tritium. The tritium is extracted from the gas continuously, providing supply to the stockpile. While making tritium, U.S. researchers found that another isotope quickly vanished in the process. In fact, several isotopes were discovered that bounced off the tungsten metal. U.S. researchers began a program that attempted to capture these elusive isotopes. One secret facility was built on the Nevada test site. This facility was called the Lance. The cover for this facility was that it contained an experimental chemical production accelerator. A tritium production facility contained an injector, accelerator, tritium production, and tritium separation facilities. The Lance contained an injector, accelerator, containment building, collection apparatus, and a storage vessel. The making of Pentagon. Although the exact details of this are highly classified, a rough explanation is stated below. The injector The process starts with the injector. A high-energy beam is directed at hydrogen atoms and accelerating them to form a proton beam. This beam differs from the tritium beam in that instead of a low-energy beam, this beam is a high-energy beam, enhanced with a chemical laser booster. The accelerator, the protons are accelerated by mixing a carbon atom and nitrogen-13 isotope. This creates two carbon atoms, positron and a neutrino. The B13 isotopes fuse to form a high-energy booster, gamma. The containment building. The containment building was built to house the injector and accelerator. This building actually contains an underground tunnel that leads from the accelerator facility to the containment building. Because of the fusion and radiation involved in the accelerator process, the containment building had to be over 1 kilometer away. The exact reason for this is not known. The accelerator beam is directed from the accelerator facility to the containment building tunnel. 4. The collection apparatus. This facility contains a complex series of filters, which contains chemicals and other classified items. It is believed to be similar to the tritium spallation process. However, there are several different steps involved. The injection port contains leak valves, which contains a flow meter that measures the leakage of pentagon from this port. The leaking pentagon is collected. Polonium is used in this process. However, the exact method is not known. Argon gas is also used in one of the filtering systems. One filters contains zinc-lined vessels that are charged with electrons. 5. The storage vessel. This storage vessel is where the pentagon is finally collected and stored. The interior of the vessel is lined with an alloy of beryllium. The vessel contains several complex collection tubes that collects, cools, and stores the pentagon. During the final production process, the final product is collected in liquid helium, which is charged with gamma radiation. As of September 2002, the U.S. has collected 53.5 picocuries of pentagon per liter of helium. Once the pentagon is needed, there is a process by which the pentagon is extracted from the helium. This process is classified. D. The lance is jointly operated by scientists from Los Alamos, Brookhaven, Livermore, Sandia, and Savannah River Plant. A company by the name of General Atomics built the lance. Eagle Systems is also a prime contractor. According to one source, a visitor explained how pentagon was made. But since the visitor was explaining a system we could not fully understand, our scientists took bits and pieces of the information and started experiments. The U.S. first experimented with pentagon processing in 1977 at Los Alamos. Pentagon is the fifth isotope of hydrogen. It is radioactive with a half-life of 0.3422 seconds. However, with a complex containment and storage system, pentagon can be collected for an extended period of time. Somehow, U.S. scientists found that pentagon is produced naturally on the planet Mercury. Pentagon vapors can be detected in the lower atmosphere of Mercury. In 2006, NASA plans on sending a probe to Mercury in an effort to collect pentagon. Los Alamos has a secret project called Pendle, which will build a special collection method for the space probe. Pentagon is the substance that aggravates the energy process inside the CR. Pentagon inside the CR is not radioactive and will not decay. There is also an experiment using pentagon to enhance energy output inside electrical transformers. Sandia Laboratory is currently conducting this experiment. The experiment is being conducted in Tech Area 3. The director of the Lance is Philip Conklin, a Department of Energy scientist. The Lance will be expanded in 2008, which will include 2 additional structures that will house new technology in the production of pentagon. It is believed that MIT and the University of Miami has experimented with the collection of hydrogen-5 by using a chlorofluorocarbon system of collecting the hydrogen-5. However, according to DOE, this method does not work. Hydrogen-4, which was also collected, was shown to be too unstable to capture and retain for any extended period. The Lance is manned by 62 scientists and technicians. Source, Serpo.org, via Maurice Osborne. Mydake. I guess the CR is the same thing as the ED, which is some type of zero-point energy device. What do you think?
Don't forget to sign up for our Patreon page. Members get early access to videos, ad-free, and you can see content you can't see anywhere else.